When I was in third theology, the year before I would be ordained, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do. And the biggest question was celibacy, whether I could be married or not. I mean, I've always liked girls. I mean, I started going steady when I was in grade 7. And so, that was a big decision. And one of the priests at the seminary, Father P.J. O'Reilly, he was a real character. I used to talk to him occasionally about what I wanted to do. And he says, well, take the year off. And he arranged for me to work at the Canadian Catholic Conference in Ottawa with the Canadian bishops. And I worked in the social action department at that time with Monsignor Frank Smith and later with Father Peter Nearing. And so because of my father's political involvement, my father was always, interested in politics, and we used to talk a lot about it. And I think he had me delivering flyers when I was in grade 7, going around the neighborhood delivering flyers for some political party. So, and we talked a lot about politics in our home. And we used to say if there wasn't an argument, my father would start one, at our dinner table. Well, always friendly stuff, but, we were always discussing politics or things like that. So I was always interested in social concerns. And I went to Ottawa and worked with the Canadian bishops in the social action department. And it was interesting. I wanted to learn French. One of the regrets of my life that I never learned French. We studied it in the seminary, but as I tell everybody, I took French 1 for 6 years. And so I went to this bilingual office. They all wanted to learn English. And so I knew how to say some of the basics in French. And I knew how to read it at the time. But it's one of the regrets of my life that I never learned how to speak French. But it gave me a whole new sense of church and the social mission. We used to be involved in family life stuff and also union management in church. There was a big dialogue going on at that time to try to see if they could work together in union management issues and the role of the church in that area and dignity of all people. So I decided I'd go back to the seminary, and I took my final year, and then I was ordained in 1961 at St. Joseph's Basilica. And my claim to fame is I was the last priest ever ordained in the basement, because the upper structure of the basilica was only finished in 1963. So they didn't have any ordinations in 62 because they were building the church. So, and it was a moving experience.